Welcome to Mysterious Universal Chatter. This is Mockingbird. Thanks for coming today. I got something that I want to read to you. It's from the Freedom of Information Act. This was July 11th, 1947. At 10:45 p.m. on the evening of July 1947, Clerk Blank of the Washington Field Office called and stated that an instruction, Mr. Henrich, he wanted to pass on the Bureau information he had just received from one blank, 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 Laurel, Maryland, to the effect that a flying disc had just landed in the blank yard, and the machinery is still buzzing. Blank stated Blank was apparently so excited he had a difficult time even getting his name out, and no further detail could be obtained from him. And then they have a little paragraph, and it says, at 10:50 p.m., I passed the above information on to Blank Duty Office, who indicated he had also received the same data from another source, and would pass our information along to the appropriate Army quarters. Then the next paragraph, it starts with Blank. Blank of the AP called at about 10:55 p.m. and asked whether the Bureau had received any report on a flying disc in Laurel, Maryland. After checking with Mr. Nicholas, I told him we had received such a report and had passed it to Army authorities. That's one page of it. And I have another date here which says July 24th, 1947. So I don't know if that's when the memorandum or the memo was sent or whatever. Okay. For the Bureau's information, the United Press and Associated Press telephoned me at my residence about 3 or 4 times between 1 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. July 7, 1947, the United Press representative informed me that Father Joseph Brasky has stated on interview by a Milwaukee Sentinel reporter, one Bill Geeks? Geens, phonetic, that he, Father Brasky, was going to call the FBI concerning the contraption, which apparently was identical with one of the flying discs recently publicized throughout the country, The United Press representative desired to know if we had any statement to make on the matter. I informed him that I had no official comment other than no comment. Since I have contacted the United Press representative on various occasions, I asked him what the actual details were, and he stated he did not know, except that the interview of the priest reflected that a circular saw had been found with some devices attached to it. So I don't even know what this means. I mean, are they making it up? First they found something circular that landed, and then it's a saw, and I don't know. So I'm just going to keep going with this. Associated Press called me shortly after the United Press representative did, and on being advised that I had no comment to make concerning the story, I asked the Associated Press representative what the actual facts were, and he inferred me that as far as they have found, as far as they were concerned, the facts were that a circular saw had been found and a story had been obtained from a priest who had been drinking quite heavily. Of course. The Associated Press representative informed me that apparently the United Press desired to get a statement from Blank denying or affirming that the FBI was investigating the matter. I informed the Associated Press representative that apparently someone was suffering under a misrepresentation of any comment I had made, and possibly some reporter was in an embarrassing position if a story had gone over the wire services. I then telephoned the United Press representative, who apparently, in the meantime, had been called by the Associated Press in an effort to straighten out the United Press. No reference was made to the FBI in the Milwaukee Sentinel article appearing July 7, 1947 by the Milwaukee Journal article. They probably shut that down so quick, which is attached. Refer touch. Let me see that. Oh, Father Brasky, that he attempted to get in touch with an FBI agent whom he knows. Father Brasky was never contacted the Milwaukee FBI office or any agent concerning his find. In my opinion, this is just another hoax story, said a photographer. Oh, so they're trying to say, so they're calling the priest a drunk and all this stuff, and they're trying to say, no, this isn't true, this isn't true. So basically, they're pushing it aside as if, it's just garbage, like it's just somebody making up a story, and he's a priest. So, wow. And they're saying that it wasn't a round object that he found in his yard. It was a circular saw. Wouldn't he know what a circular saw is? I mean, it's such. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see what else they got in here. Okay. Oh, and then they said the disc found by a priest is a circular saw. So they're trying to say that the disc that the priest actually found was a circular saw. So he was mistaken, like terribly mistaken. Okay? I don't know how you figure you found a disc when it's just a circular saw. Does that even make sense to you guys? Okay. Whatever. We're just going to run with that. Okay, this one. Reports of flying saucers. New York, New York. The flying saucers may be explained by certain laws of eyesight. All objects appear round or nearly so that any distance close to the limit of how far a person can see. So now it's your eyesight that's messed up. If the objects are seen by reflected light, as in recent cases reported, they are almost certain to be round. And if the reflections are sunlight, then I don't even understand this. It's so, it's so amazing how they find, different ways to try to deter you from believing in flying saucers or in saucers, period. I mean, over here it says the writer has seen flying saucers over Long Island Sound, not only this year but in previous years. They were round, bright, and moving fast, but they were no mystery because they were light reflected from the bodies of airplanes. Oh my God. Okay. So she didn't see what she saw, or the writer didn't see what they saw because it was light reflected. Just like it's swamp gas, Okay, there's one, they call it mirages, Traveler says. Philadelphia. Editor of a Hungarian language newspaper expressed belief that flying saucers were mirages. Possibly circularly distorted reflections of real airplanes many miles away. Get the Come on, guys. Now that's some funny shit. Excuse my language, but I can't help but to laugh. Um, Years ago, I have seen similar things in the Egyptian desert and on the Bruksta Hungarian plain. At sea, I have also seen mirages of ships known to be a great distance away. In July and August, sometime even in June, atmospheric conditions are especially adaptable to the creation of mirages. So there it is. Now they're mirages. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. They actually have a picture of that man with like that circular sword disc. It's so funny. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. I'm like, they're trying to convince us that it was a saw. And, you know, maybe it was. Maybe he didn't know the difference between something foreign and a saw blade. I mean, that just sounds really, really cray-cray. I can't even read this because it's the same story, but it's about, his name is Father Joseph Brasky of St. Joseph's Catholic Church at Grafton, Wisconsin. He said it had struck his church early Sunday. It turned out that the disc was a prankster made projectile featuring a Dunlop circular saw blade. Note that something apparently took a glass ball off one of the lightning rods. A whole lot of Milwaukeeans reported they saw the saucers traveling past Sunday night. Okay, so a whole lot of Milwaukeeans reported that they saw the saucers traveling past Sunday night. I mean, hello? I'm sorry. That was a mass hallucination. My bad. Okay, so see what I'm saying? When you read the story, some of it just contradicts itself. It's like, really? So, yeah, guys, I wanted to bring that story to you today. I was reading some of these stories on here, and they're really, really interesting. It's actually the FBI records, their vault. You can go on there, and they have all their records, like from the Freedom of Information Act, that you can actually read. They have it online, so it's some of it is really good, and some of it is very interesting. You know, if you want to learn different things about your country and what's going on. I mean, and or otherwise, they also have the UFOs, all the declassified documents on there that you can actually look at. It's free. I mean, you just go in there. So I just wanted to bring that story to you. And let me see what else. Let me see if I find anything else good before I get off of here, because it's so interesting. Who's this one? Planes chasing discs find only empty sky. Jokesters add some comedy to air mystery. This was in East St. Louis. Objects proved to be washers. Chicago woman spots one. Okay, so Army pilots were ready Monday for another air search for the mysterious flying saucers now reported seen in 30 states. Okay, so how can something be seen in 30 states? 30 states have seen this. Okay, there's only 50 states. 30 states have, and parts of Canada. I'm sorry, I didn't see that part. Okay, but it was one big joke. Alright, guys, I don't know. The Birmingham radio station was deluged with more than 400 calls in 1 hour by persons who said they saw fluorescent balls circling over the city and clearly outlined nearby mountains. So I don't know. But that's another story. And like I said, you can go to, it's called the FBI Records, the vault. You go into the FBI thing, and it'll give you, it's the Freedom of Information Act. I'm sorry, I'm over here scrolling because it's so interesting. I'm watching, there's a picture of this guy, And he has the actual blade, the round blade. You know what I mean? Um, but it has everything from everything that's going on with your government. You know, besides UFOs. But I mean, they have released a lot of information now. So I mean, if you're really interested, go on there because it'll keep you busy. I mean, there's so much to look through. And I was sitting through it, going through a lot of the stories and stuff like that. And I'll bring more to you. If you don't want to do it, I'll still be bringing it to you. I'm going through the stories that I think are kind of funny, yet, you know, some that are serious and some that contradict each other. Because, like, how can they say on one aspect that the person that saw that it was just something else, but 30 states saw the same thing? How's that possible? I don't know. But, anywho, I appreciate you guys for coming. That's my story for today. Please like and subscribe and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you can. And once again, I appreciate you guys. I hope to be doing this a lot more. I'm really enjoying it. I do a lot of research when I'm not on here. I'd be looking through some of these records because there's a lot of things that we don't even know. I mean, a lot. I mean, if you want me to keep doing that, like go through the records and tell you a little bit about what I'm finding on there, I can do that too. So leave a comment, okay? And I can do that also. So this way you don't have to go through it. I can just go through it and put it out there for you guys, okay? All right. Once again, I appreciate you guys. Have a blessed night.